I want to do some dumb things. I want to go try and jump this. F it, bro. F it. Oh, oh, okay. Ow. Very easy to ride. Very forgiving. Almost idiot-proof. Yeah. Ass in the mud. Oh, I could just see the dollar signs flashing before my eyes of the repair bill for this thing. Ooh, how are we doing on range? It said 90 when I got here. Now it says 189. The range is insane. Oh, the corner here. Oh, this is overgrown more than it was last year at this time. As far as first adventure bikes go, I mean, it's a lot of value for the money. That's what I love about these smaller ones, $7,500 for the SE. It's an insane amount of bike for that. All right, one more and then we have to stop, but for science. Oh, so it could use a little more ground clearance. Hello friends, welcome back to the Dork side. We're here on the KLE, and you may have seen the first ride video where we went and explored a new territory. Today we are in familiar surroundings, starting with the hill climb to the viewpoint, and we're gonna go hit some of the trails out here because I didn't get a lot of real serious off-road yesterday. I did almost get lost in the woods, run out of gas, and get eaten by a cougar. So if you haven't seen that video, check it out. But first things first, let's ride this thing up to the top, get a look at the view. Although the view from right here is not terrible. Yeah. These tires are surprising me. I thought they'd be way worse than this. They're pretty good in the gravel and stuff. We'll see how they do in the mud when we get down there, but what a day, what a view. Sliding a little tire slide. Good power though. Not losing anything in second. RPMs are pretty high. And of course, there's a big pile of garbage, including probably nails from pallets going right into my tires. I wish people, it's just bad enough, guys, that you have to come shoot up everything, but God, could you just leave the good viewpoints alone? There's plenty of places to shoot that don't look like this. Boy, it is not terrible up here. Very cloudy today. It could rain at any minute. Actually, looks like it is raining over there. I'm up here today because it's supposed to pour rain the next 2 days, so I was trying to speed run this review on the KLE. I want to say KLX every time for some reason. So riding as much as we can. Ride up was fun. It's growing on me. It definitely feels like it's loosening up a little. Is that a thing? Is the engine tight and kind of overwound for the first couple hundred miles? Or maybe I'm just getting used to it. I don't know. I also hopped on the Ibex before I came out because I wanted to get an apples to apples kind of recent memory kind of comparison. And I got to tell you, definitely, I thought I liked the Ibex way more, but they're closer than I thought, for sure. This thing is a lot narrower and a lot more nimble, which is, an advantage. And it definitely, they deliver power in different ways. I like the exhaust sound of the Ibex better, but this KLE is a fun bike to ride, and it doesn't feel as wrapped out on the highway going 70 as it did when I first started riding it. So either I've gained perspective, it's loosened up, or I was just wrong to begin with, those are all equally possible things. But anyway, I want to do some dumb things. So the biggest question, the most common question I've gotten so far is, what's up with the ground clearance? Is it as bad as they say? Because the ground clearance and the suspension travel are basically the same. So I want to go try and jump this and see if it bottoms and if the skid plate hits the ground. It might be outside the purview of what Power was hoping I would do with the bike they so generously loaned me that they still have to sell as new. But science, we got to do things for science. Just want to say before we go, thank you to our sponsor for today's video. That is Quad Lock. So this is a quad lock mount. You can see it's mounted up just very easily to the GPS bar here on the KLE. I think that's a mirror mount actually, but it's one of their smaller circular compression mounts. There's a little rubber washer in there, a little rubber, like a tube almost in there to give you some grip. So you can see it doesn't move. I can move the bike with this. I got the vibration dampener so that my phone doesn't get damaged, so the camera doesn't get damaged, and then the classic lever quad lock. I did not put a charging head on there because there's no plugins on this, as I discovered yesterday, in a really inopportune fashion. So I want to invite you today to watch the bouncing phone and know that it is safe and sound, and I have zero worries about it because of the quad lock case and the quad lock mount and how well they work together. I've been working with quad lock for almost 10 years now. They were one of the first companies to send me stuff back when I had the 250L and the Versus. And I did a couple videos back then, but I have had a quad lock case on my phone ever since, and quad lock cases on all my bikes, all my adventures, all my BDRs, all my trail riding stuff, all of it. So thanks to Quadlock for sponsoring the video and today's adventure and the channel, and let's go see what kind of trouble we can get into. But it only works if you turn the key on. I've read on the internet. It's very narrow, very easy to grip with your legs. One big difference with the Ibex is that. The other is the Ibex you sit on top of. This I'm definitely sitting down in. But when you're standing, it doesn't really matter. Definitely, there's more distance to cover when you stand up and sit back down. Well, it looks like they've just trimmed. This is to keep the road clear. They haven't torn down a bunch of stuff, which is good. A bunch of slash limbs and thinning, but not trashing the place. Anyway, I'm going right by this trail, so it just seems stupid to not ride it. The second gear? It might be a first. I don't know. Fortunately, I've got enough torque down low that I can use second and go a little slower. I don't have to rev it out. Okay, it's not super muddy right here. Supposed to get a bunch of rain tomorrow, like I said, so I'm gonna get out here and do this while it's not super muddy. And no, we're not hauling ass, sorry. It's an adventure bike and it's not mine, but just to see how we do. And then the ending is the most fun part here. Oh man, yeah, it's way drier than I expected. All right, let's see how she goes slow downhill with some looseness. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, all right. Try it standing up now. Oh, right around this corner is where I tried to whiskey throttle the DRZ into a tree, so I'm always a little wary when I come this way. That was literally the jump right there. Admittedly, I was coming the other direction, so. Rear brake is good when the ABS is off. Nice and responsive. Easy to drag and slide. Down the hill again. Okay, well now I'm eager to see what the next trail looks like, so let's do it too. F it, bro. F it. More muddy is the big muddy part. Yep, definitely slid the ass sideways a little there. Look farther up the trails. Make sure you're alone before you commit. God, I wish they would make these directional. I don't hear anybody. Oh, that wasn't good. Yeah, these front tires are ass in the mud. Oh, I could just see the dollar signs flashing before my eyes of the repair bill for this thing that I was gonna have to pay. All right, home free. Do not want to be leaned over in the mud. All right, let's go back up that one, and then we'll go to the fun one. Yeah, a little slide is fine when it's on purpose, but it isn't always. So I can show you where that front tire slid on me. I was too busy looking ahead. Yeah, right there. Oh, you could totally see it. Look at that. Oh, yeah, she went on me, all right. Snot gun is very slippery. 365 days a year. It is snotty. Ooh. Yeah, baby. Now, occasionally in the summer it'll dry out enough that this is really loamy chocolate cakey, and that's the good time to be here. Home free. Yeah, steering with the rear a little. I'm not great at that, but I'm practicing. And we're done. Oh, how are we doing on range? Oh, wow. It said 90 when I got here. Now it says 189. I will say the range is insane. Like, not the fuel range, the things that the range meter says. Like yesterday, on the same trip, in this order, it said 45 miles, And then when I kind of got up on top, it was like 90. And then as I was kind of going down, it was like 160, which yes, it adjusts to how you're riding at the time, but it's not super helpful. So just if you ride it, just remember that it's telling you how far you'll be able to go if you continue riding the way that you currently are. Oh, okay, the skid plate hit the ground, 100% hit the ground. So that answers that question. Oh my God, I don't even know if I want to go any harder than that. That was something. I don't want to do it into the mud, I know that much. It's slippery enough. Yeah, so will it hit the ground? Yep. Yeah, it will. Should you be doing what I just did? Probably not. Oh God, it did it again. Now I feel bad, like I'm gonna break this damn thing. Yeah, this is real muddy, which I don't love. So we're gonna go up and turn around. We'll come, oh, look at this. Yeah, we are sideways stand right now. Whew. All right, one more and then we have to stop. But for science. Oh, so it could use a little more ground clearance. But again, it's not for people that are doing this stuff. This thing is designed to be easy to ride, not the most capable, crazy, stunting machine on earth. But damn, I wonder if you can see where I hit. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm gonna try to get you a shot of that for science. Doesn't look like the skid plate is dented. Maybe it's just scraping. And like the vent hose is still sticking out, so I didn't like grab it and rub it off or anything. So maybe it's not as bad as I think. It's definitely hitting, unless it's like something else hitting, but I can't imagine what it would be. Anyway, executive decision. We've already done a viewpoint. I'm gonna skip the mountaintop and we're gonna go straight to the single track. Yeah, this thing just will not throw the rear out unless you downshift and slam on it. Won't do it. It's very easy to ride, very forgiving. Almost idiot proof without having traction control. I always said that, like the KLR doesn't need it because it never had the power to spin the rear unless you're really trying, and this thing's kind of the same. Which is why it's dumb to put those modes on these cheap bikes. I mean, I guess for beginners, yeah, but it's just so difficult to even make it do something you wouldn't want it to do by accident. I don't know. I'm not sad this doesn't have all that stuff. It seems fine. There we got a little, but that was really loose gravel. All right, single track, here we go. First gear, second might be better. I think second might be better. Maybe not. First is okay. First is okay. Oh, there's a little root. No big deal. Oh, there's a corner here. Oh, this is overgrown more than it was last year at this time. Yeah, it is. There's a lot of slow speed, low end control. I like it a lot, actually. Definitely better than I was expecting. I thought for sure this thing was just going to be hella revvy and have nothing until like 4, 5, 6 grand, but it's pretty good to just feather the clutch and rock and roll. It's even good in second gear. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Oh, shit. Okay, ow. Well, I tagged something, slid sideways over a rock or a branch, hit it with the skid plate, and then just smashed my foot between a stump and on the side of the trail in the case of the bike. So ground clearance is an issue. This is not what it's made for, but yeah, it is an issue. Definitely noticeable deficiency is all I'm saying. Okay, I'm gonna go back down that, and then that'll probably be it for today. It's my favorite tree. I almost destroyed my Transalp with like 30 miles on it. Hit that little mud hole, and that front end started sliding. Let's see if I can find what I hit over here. That root right there. Yep, you can see it. So I got the rear tire going, and the skid plate hit that and just slid down it. That's interesting. Very interesting. Anyway, not what this bike was designed for, but it can do it. So that just tells you, like, I always like to have a bike that I know that can do, like, just a little bit more than what I want to do. So, you know, if you're not looking to ride single track on an adventure bike, but you want one that you know can, I mean, this isn't hard single track, but the point is, it's going to be just fine on your gravel roads with rain ruts and, you know, the occasional water crossing, stuff like that. Nimble enough for all of that, especially when you have more than one line to choose from. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, G. Happy with it. It's fun. It's growing on me. Nice little machine. Feels solid, dependable, sturdy, predictable, easy to ride. As far as first adventure bikes go, this one's pretty good. I mean, it's a lot of value for the money. That's what I love about these smaller ones is, you know, this is what, $7,500 for the SE? And it's an insane amount of bike for that. Because you can do everything on it. You can do anything you want, up to and including single track, which we just did. But, you know, if you want to go ride cross country, you could. It's not super comfortable for that, but people have done it on 500s many times. I know several people personally who have done it. And then you want to tear up the BDRs, and the only real disadvantage here is ground clearance. But I think you just be mindful of that and don't put yourself in situations where it's going to be a deal breaker, and also just get yourself a good skid plate. Hopefully Tusk comes out with a quiet glide, because you're going to be sliding across stuff, and the quiet glides are nice because they have that polymer layer. It's almost like a cutting board, so it just slides more easily and doesn't destroy your skid plate, so you don't get hung up on things. I like those a lot. Got one on 390 actually. Anyway, that's the second outing off-road. More difficult off-road than last time. I'm not saying this is the pinnacle end-all be-all, but you know, a good smorgasbord, a good grab bag of different kinds of terrains, and you know, more technical, more difficult riding. Nothing super technical yet. I had some of that yesterday when I got into some really rain-ruddy, rocky stuff on some of the upper roads, but I was trying to conserve battery and everything, so I didn't film it. But it's a solid little machine. Happy with it. I like it. I think at this point I'd feel comfortable recommending it. I'm not ready to say if I would recommend it over the Ibex or the 390 at the moment, but it's definitely a good bike. As far as I can tell, we're 196 miles in, and we've done a lot of different things. So two big thank yous before I go. One, again, to Power for letting me borrow this and for giving me permission to do what I just did to it. We'll see what else we can come up with. I'd like to throw some bags on it and see how it does there. Maybe we'll do that soon. And also a big thank you to Quadlock for sponsoring this video and the channel. I will put a link to their website in the description so you can check out they have this really cool configurator tool that you can use to put in like your phone case, and then you figure out what mount you want, and then you figure out if you want any arms or attachments, and then the vibration dampener, if you want to do the charging head. You can just assemble it all virtually, and then you know it'll all work together, and you know you're getting everything you need. I really like that tool. It's fun to just play with, honestly. So I'll link that for you. But for now, and as always, I just want to say thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you. And please do not forget to be excellent to each other. Thank you.
Excellent!
Oh, what's up, buddy? That guy was not riding right. Ride right. It's a thing. What if I'd been a truck? Anyway, see you next time.